Welcome to Kitchen 143. I'm your host, Michelle Aventajado, your resident Momma in Manila, and today we are out and about in Corinthian Hills. Yes, we are exploring another neighborhood restaurant in Quezon City. Apéro Neo-bistro is known to all of its patrons as a place to come and find comfort, relax and read the newspaper, maybe even have a cocktail or a great glass of wine. Of course, it has its newly refreshed look with some new menu items to boot, but everyone knows they can still come in, enjoy the comforting dishes, maybe have that glass of wine or cocktail, and of course, do that without the pretension or the intimidation that classic French cuisine implies when you guys eat out. Okay, so as always, we're live on the Rappler Facebook, YouTube, and X channels. You can also find us on the Momma in Manila Facebook page as well. Guys, if you've been here, leave us some comments. Tell us your favorite dishes, maybe your favorite memory with someone you visited with. We want to hear them, and of course, we want to hear what you guys are interested in when we bring it out. Joining me on cam today is Chef Jacqueline Tan and husband-wife team, Bryan and Kathleen Chua, all founders of not just this restaurant, but others that we're going to find out more about. Hi, guys. Thanks for having us.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you. Cheers.
Thank you. Cheers.
So, Apéro Neo-bistro is a refresh. Yeah.
Yes.
Perfect for Aperol Spritz. Tell us about Apéro Neo-bistro, how you guys came up with, this concept. We know that this is not the first, we'll get into that, but tell us about this concept.
So Apéro, the meaning of Apéro, it's short for aperitif. So if you go to France, or it's like a slang for aperitif. So it's like a pre-dinner, pre-game dinner. It's like where you hang out, like maybe like a merienda, something like that.
Okay.
But it's more like a place to hang out and be casual about it. So we wanted to capture that kind of feel when you're here. So we are in a neighborhood. We're actually from the neighborhood also here.
Okay.
So we kind of wanted to create a place where you can just hang out, but at the same time have good scratch-made food and enjoy it with some nice cocktails and wine. So we chose the name Apéro for that. And then the refresh naman, Neo-bistro, when we did the reconcept, we introduced new menus. We wanted to put in a bit more bistro food, but with a little bit of modern twist. That's why it's called the Neo-bistro.
Right, so definitely those comforting dishes that we would know that are rich and flavorful. But you guys, I saw a lot of duck on the menu. So you guys have come together. I mean, you've been together for a while.
Yeah.
So the first concept that you had, or even like the first kinds of, I guess, dinners and different things that you guys used to do, tell us about that.
We started actually way back to 2004. We started running Café Provençal during the time, and then we revamped it last 2014, Duck and Bouvet.
So 10 years ago.
10 years. Exactly our 10th year this year. So,
happy anniversary.
Oh, thank you. And then, in 2016, Apéro came about. So, yeah, in Duck and Bouvet, we serve a lot of duck. Actually, I think we were the ones who really introduced and made duck more approachable to the market.
Accessible.
Sure,
you're in a mall.
Yeah, we're in a mall.
You're
and
in Shangri-La,
that's
right?
right.
Yeah.
And where normally duck is connotated with fine dining,
Or Chinese
French,
restaurants.
or Chinese
Yes,
restaurant.
or Chinese.
So being of Chinese descent ourselves, so we grew up having an appreciation for duck.
Yeah.
That we think that duck is a very good and flavorful dish that a lot of the people need to have an appreciation for, but not in a casual setting. So anyway, so fast forward, so we were able to kind of do it in Duck and Bouvet. So bringing that character within us, we wanted to apply it to Apéro as well.
Right.
Yeah.
So more of like a very casual neighborhood joint. I've been sitting here for a while. I noticed some regulars coming in, first name basis with the wait staff, talking, striking up conversation with chef. Very neighborhood feel, comforting, welcoming vibe, with some great food. So it looks like we have some stuff being brought out already. I won't be able to reach across the table and show anyone those dishes, but hopefully you guys can see them. Let's tell the viewers, the audience, what we have here. Maybe let's start from, are we on chocolate? Are we on the chocolate?
This is actually our honey toast series. It's like our take of French toast. So it's crunchy of what you like as French toast is, but the bread inside is still soft. So we have 3 variations. We do have a dark chocolate with banana, a honey lavender mascarpone, and a savory one, which is jamon serrano with a sunny side up.
Perfect for brunch or even dessert.
Yes.
I could see myself having the chocolate for desserts. Chocolate and banana.
By the way, we bake all the bread here every morning at 2 a.m. So all the bread that you'll be eating is done here inside the store.
In-house.
In-house in the store up there.
So the oven is upstairs.
It's more of that's where we
Proof.
do the proofing, and then we bake it down.
Sourdough. You have incredible sourdough.
Oh, thank you.
Yes, incredible sourdough. So this is more, I guess this would be more like a brioche, or is this a milk bread?
More of a milk bread.
Okay.
Milk bread that we use for here.
So milk bread with chocolate, and I want to try the chocolate. And of course, guys, you know me, I don't mind having dessert first, so I will dig in. But are these new items?
Yes, they are.
They are. So was something like this on the menu before? Tell us, how much of what we're going to see tonight is actually part of the new menu.
What we're trying out is more of the new ones that came out. We were known for breakfast before, even now. So we want to do new ones, new items to create more interest in our breakfast menu.
So perfect for brunch, guys. The toast is crunchy, not too sweet, perfect with the chocolate ganache, and soft, just like Chef said, on the inside. And I see that Bryan went for savory. Are you more a sweet or a savory?
I think both.
I'm more of savory.
Savory.
I used to love sweets more, but now I'm more into savory.
I still love sweets, even though sweets don't open me too much. Okay. These are new. You guys are seeing it first here. Many of the items that are going to be brought out by Chef Jack and Bryan and Kathleen, you'll see today are the new menu items that you can look forward to having. But you still have the same favorites.
Yes. We still have the old favorites, and then we think that, of course, when we reopened, we just feel that we need to introduce more items in the menu. And these are all Chef Jack's own personal recipes, so which I think that the neighborhood here would appreciate. And even if you have a sweet tooth, don't have a sweet tooth, but that still works well because the sweetness level isn't that too sweet that you normally get to like.
I feel like that's the biggest compliment when we taste desserts.
Yeah.
Is it good? It's good.
Yeah, it's not too sweet, right? It's like having dessert, but not too sweet.
Exactly. That's the beauty in it.
Yeah.
I love that this, even the vibe feels like a nice brunch place. I'm going to just show you this before I cut it up because, guys, this is fantastic.
Yeah, that's also the new one. New on the menu.
So this is called a Dutch baby.
Right.
I'm afraid of it sliding off the plate. That happened to me last week.
So it's Dutch pancakes. It has sausage pork sausage, and then the sunny side up eggs are cooked in pesto.
So
that
touch of pesto just elevates it a little bit. Feels
Right.
so much more special than your average breakfast sausage and eggs.
Right.
Love this. This is actually one of my favorites. It's the perfect breakfast dish. It's well balanced. I want to dig into that as well. But before I do, Tell us about the refresh of the interiors, because I wasn't here before, so I don't know what it looked like before. But this feels very casual, very, easy and approachable to come in, hang out. Tell us about how you shifted things with this new concept.
So the interior here is made by a good friend of ours, husband and wife team also, architect Noel Bernardo and Yolanda Bernardo. So we've been working with them ever since from DNB days. They're also from the neighborhood, so we kind of get the feel that how we wanted it to be done. So I think the main changes that we did, it still has that neighborhood French feel, but we made it into more like French colonial. So you'll see the wallpapers, they have these like tropical feel, and then the furnitures are like more like in the European colonial style. So to make it more like more relaxed feel. So I think that's the main change to the look that we did. And we changed up some colors. We introduced some brighter colors also to liven up the place.
Well, it's also very well lit during the day. There's windows all around, so it feels really fresh and inviting. You can see there's even some outdoor seating as well, so if you want to sit outside. And the view.
And the view, yeah. I told you last time, right? Yeah. So from here, you can have a view of that C5 already. So it makes for the younger ones, that makes it appealing. And the older, we all love view, right? Like especially when you're in the city, then view is really a hot commodity, right?
Sure.
You don't get to have that a lot of that when you're in the city. Yeah, so I think that's the value add that we have here in Apéro.
And it is. It's very airy too. So, so we're talking about breakfast. We're talking about brunch. You guys have incredible coffee too. Tell us about the coffee, because it's not just any coffee.
So, we have.
Who's the coffee? Connoisseur?
So
Bryan.
Bryan?
Okay. So the coffee is from Intelligentsia Coffee.
Okay.
So it is one of the first roasters who went into the specialty coffee movement. Intelligentsia is from Chicago, so we get all our beans from the US, but we fly it in actually every week, every 1 to 2 weeks. So everything is freshly roasted. Jack and Kathleen actually went to LA to train under Intelligentsia on how to do the pour-overs, how to do the espressos. So we were able to do that, and I think when we brought this over back in 2014, right?
So you brought it in with Duck and Buvette as
for
well.
Duck and Buvette.
Yeah, so it was still quite new at the time. The specialty coffee movement was still starting at the time.
Is new.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but we're quite happy with Intelligentsia here. Yeah.
Okay. Well, so I was so intrigued when after we had chatted before, and then you asked if I wanted a cup of coffee, and you actually got up and made it for me yourself. You did the pour over yourself, so I thought that was really amazing. And then to hear that you guys trained for it as well.
But you did taste a difference, right?
Yeah, I did.
So apart from the usual dark bitterness, with the Intelligentsia,
it wasn't bitter at all.
Yeah, it wasn't bitter at all.
A bit more fruit forward, and then very balanced.
And then the aftertaste, you can really taste the aftertaste after sipping. And then it doesn't end right away abruptly.
It felt very clean.
Yeah, it felt very clean.
And the finish
and that's
is
really how they roast it.
Brown
Sweet.
sugar.
Right.
Sweet
It's
brown
always
sugar.
I'm
sweet.
trying to carry myself while they're talking about the tasting notes, and I'm like, of course, I love coffee, guys, but I don't know if my palate is as refined, but I do love coffee. So I think that's awesome. So brunch, coffee, of course you have coffee, you have cocktails, and we were just served a white wine. So tell us about this. That means something's coming out soon.
Yeah,
too.
so this would pair well with the appetizers that are coming out.
Okay.
So this is actually our pouring wine. We import this wine also from France. This is from Burgundy, from San Veran. It's near the Mâconnais region, so they make Chardonnays, white wines. So it's very easy to drink, very flinty, a bit minerally. It will go well with some of the food that we will be trying next.
Awesome.
Yeah.
My mom loves Chardonnay, so I have tasted some of hers. I'm curious, so I'll wait until the other food comes out. So if you guys have any questions, make sure that you leave them down in the comments section, or if you want to say what's up to Chef Jack, Bryan, or Kathleen, you can do that too. Maybe you're watching from the neighborhood and you want to say hi to your favorite server. Of course, if you guys want to learn more also about Apéro Neo-bistro, you can check them out on Instagram, apero.ph, both on Instagram and Facebook. This looks interesting. Chef, tell us about this one.
This is actually anchovy French bean. It's French bean that's fried that has an anchovy butter on top. So it's actually good starter, open up, and you have the saltiness as well and the crunch of a vegetable.
Yeah, I love that.
So this is, I think, the one of the best dishes for apéro. So it's like you're sitting here, you're just sipping a glass of wine, you're waiting for your dinner to be served, or you're not necessarily having dinner also. Then it's so simple, and yet it works very well with the ambience and the wine as well.
That one, sorry. Yeah, that one always hits the spot. That's what I was going to say. It's not from the new menu though. So it's
one of the favorites.
It's
one of the favorites.
staple that you cannot
One
not
of the favorites.
have.
That's a favorite.
So yeah, and it's also an original by Chef Jack. So yeah, every time we serve it to our friends who haven't dined in here,
I bet it just disappears.
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly.
If you're sitting around drinking and enjoying a nice bottle or
Right.
chatting and catching up, you can
pick
nosh
one or
on
two.
this,
Yeah.
right?
And it's supposed to be healthy, right? Because it's vegetables. So.
So it's supposed to be the opposite.
Never mind that it's deep fried.
Healthier option for fries.
Yes, of course. This is my fave. I actually asked some of the prod teams to try it earlier too. And it was great until they found out there were vegetables in it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and dig in.
Go ahead.
I saw you were looking for serving
No.
spoons. I'm sorry, I
Go
am
ahead,
very
go ahead.
casual using my hands.
Yeah, sure,
I'm
go ahead.
casual after all.
Yeah, of course.
Okay, so guys, don't forget you can also download the Rappler Communities app. We want to hear from you there. You can go ahead, of course, as always, whenever we feature a restaurant, everybody's so generous.
Yeah.
You guys are going to get to try the food here if you share the graphic. Of course, you follow apero.ph. Tell us something that you want to try, and then go ahead and download the Rappler Communities app. Join the food and travel channel and tag me to say hello, because I want to say hello. We want to have these foodie conversations. Here at Rappler, they're fearless foodie conversations, so we can have them too. I'm going to take a bite. You guys tell me more about how you came together, and are there any plans for something new?
Yeah. Actually, we're all college classmates. You'll be surprised. We're all from La Salle with a computer science major.
He's wearing green.
And I'm wearing green. Yeah, we're all classmates from computer science majors.
I love that.
Yeah, so I think, Jack has always been into food, but I don't know what led her to ComSci. For me naman, I'm...
all ComSci.
Yeah, we're all programmers.
So do you guys still program
No,
in your
no.
day life?
No, not anymore. But
Did
I
you
did...
start programming?
I think I never started a career of programming.
The last
But
time
I just
in
graduated.
school, right? Probably
Yeah,
the last time.
the last project, that was it.
This is so good. So I just want to say hello to Ashley. Mom and Dad love you very much as well. You guys can say hello to her.
Hey,
Watching.
Hey, Max, HR.
They're all watching.
I love that. I love it when the kids tune in. Sometimes Jelly tunes in too, and then her ate, my eldest, will send me a picture saying, like, Mommy's watching. We love it when our kiddos watch too.
Yeah, because they'd asked me before I left house, and then they asked me, "Oh, Mommy, what time are you gonna come home?" I said, "Oh, you wanna know? Oh, you better watch. You'll find out when you're almost done."
Because when we're done,
When you're done,
right home
yeah,
after.
yeah.
Because you're just hearing the neighbors.
Yeah, exactly.
Fantastic. Cheers. Hi, Ashley. But if can she stay up that late and wait? Is that okay?
Yeah.
That's
Tonight?
a question.
Okay.
Mommy, I'm gonna stay up late. I'm gonna wait for you. Okay, don't worry. We won't be
Fall
fine.
asleep right away. Jelly's going to be asleep by the time we go home. Cheers.
Cheers.
Mommying and daddying. And
Cheers, cheers.
of course,
Cheers.
good food here in the neighborhood. So good. This looks so interesting.
This is a duck sausage.
Okay.
It started out with a duck pate, which is usually served cold.
Yes.
But we're not used to eating cold food here. So we still want to serve it, but a bit on a warm side. So we did our own sausage using the casing as a duck net, because we have a lot of those in excess.
Okay.
So you use the net to encase the sausage, and then we smoke it a little bit and give it a fry, and yeah, here it is with the sausage. So it's
I'm
a little grain mustard.
Yeah, I'm excited to try that. I don't know if
Kurdish
you can
onion
see, but I will just hold it up a little bit. I don't know if you can see that. Hope my hand isn't too shaky. I know this is Nino's fave. This is very yummy. We got the shot.
Yeah, it is.
So Ashley's watching. What's her fave on the menu?
Oh, she likes this. I think I forgot to say.
Yeah.
That is it's a good dish to serve kids who don't like veggies.
That's a great idea, because you know what? When it's crunchy and
When
they
it's
can pick it
crunchy?
up with their hands,
Yeah.
they'll eat it.
And then it has a little bit of saltiness in it.
Yeah.
So Ashley likes that. And she actually likes all the dishes in the menu.
Chef, she likes
Bias.
them all.
She's
She
the
likes-
ninang. That's why.
So of course. So chef, you were saying that this dish, you actually use the duck necks. Now,
The
many
skin,
of for the casing, but many of the restaurants, right, who do serve duck, they might just have the breast or the leg and serve
Right.
confit, but you know, here you're very conscious of the ingredients, the authenticity, and like zero waste.
For this one, we purchased the whole duck. We try to use every bit of it. So the duck leg, we use it for duck confit. So we do confit it for 3 days, and we get the crispiness.
Wow,
Then
3
for
days?
breast, yes. The whole process of confiting, from getting the duck, from curing to confiting before the fry, it takes more or less 3 days,
3 days.
right? And then for the breasts, we also have a different dish. And then for the bones, we use it for our duck lugaw or duck porridge. So we use that to make a duck stock, to make a very flavorful stock for the porridge that we use. And
I
then
can imagine the layers of flavor also in that
bowl of lugaw, yes.
I have a confession. I really hated lugaw when I was a kid
Because it connotates sick, or?
because I was sick, and then it would always be piping hot, and
Right.
mom would be like, "You have to eat it, you have to eat it," and it never had any taste, and it was like awful. And now, of course, my whole world has opened up to all the different varieties
Of lugaw that
of
are...
lugaw that are different and full of so much flavor and not connotated with beans.
Yeah. Again,
Of
maybe
course.
lugaw for sick kids.
Right?
If this is veggies for those kids who don't like
Right.
veggies,
There you
our
go.
lugaw is like the lugaw for sick kids who don't like lugaw.
There you go. I mean, you know what? Actually, my daughter and I have had this conversation as well in terms of, you know, your kids will eat what you eat. So
Yes.
if you don't eat veggies,
Yeah.
don't expect your kids to eat those greens. They're not going to do it.
Right. That's true.
Right?
That's true. Yeah.
I mean, it's just you model what you want them to see, what you want them to do.
Right.
And, you know, it's not monkey see, it's not do as I say, it's do as I do.
Right.
So
That's
if
right.
you don't eat veggies, they're not going to.
They're exposed early, and then they connote it with, you know, this is really good, then they'll say it's really good also.
So is Ashley a foodie?
They all are,
They
and
all
they
are.
eat everything. That's something
That's
we're
what
proud
nice
of.
about
They don't change. They don't choose any. They don't choose the food, vegetables, even the innards, everything. They eat
They
everything.
eat everything.
They eat everything.
Chef, do you have kids?
No, I don't.
So you get your fix of kids when you spend time with Bryan and Kathleen.
I get, when they pass by, like, oh, can you try this? Does it pass your taste? I sometimes...
Actually, these ones pass their taste, right? The
Right.
honey, the honey.
During the
toast.
experiments
Yeah,
days,
yeah.
They approved?
Yes.
Ashley
Kids approved.
Like,
Kids
yes,
approved.
try
is
kids
first.
approved.
Chua kids approved. I
they
love
would
it.
say it's a bit too sweet. Okay, we'll change a bit.
Yeah.
Oh, so the kids would even say it's too sweet. That's awesome. Then their palates are definitely not the average.
Not the
candy
average.
palate.
Yeah.
Excellent. So we have some new things on the table. Let's tell us,
Okay.
or we can show. We won't move them yet, so we'll
Okay.
let the camera show
Okay.
those that are there. I think we have some bread, and then what's on the other side?
Okay, this is the tater tots. It's glazed. The tots are glazed. It has a bit salty, sweet, and a bit of kick of spice. And then it's Parma, and then 3 cheeses. There's blue cheese, Gouda, and Emmental.
Oh, I really want to try that.
Then this one, we make our own buns, so it's leek buns. We serve it with a brown butter, or we also culture our own butter. We make our fresh butter for breakfast. So
everything is scratch made, even the butter. Yeah.
Wow.
So from milk,
Not often
yes.
do the restaurants make their own butter.
So we culture it for 12 to 24 hours before we turn it to a butter. So this is the buns that we use. We roasted the leeks to make it a bun, to make it more fragrant.
Yeah, I'm excited. I want to try those tater tots.
So we'll move them forward.
Yeah, we can move them, and then I don't know if I need to show them. Do I need to show them? Were you able to see what they looked like? It looks so good. All the different layers and the flavors. I feel like we might need a serving spoon for this.
We have it
Yep,
here.
here.
You have.
Meron ka dyan.
Both sides.
Awesome. So, bread in-house, butter in-house. Of course, you don't make the wine.
Of
I
course.
wish we can, but we cannot.
In-house. I think if Brian's given a chance, he would.
Pasig.
Maybe you have a backyard, underground basement.
When we got married, he's been wanting to create a wine cellar inside our house.
Was it a pantry wine
How long are you
cellar?
married? How
balance?
long are you married?
15.
Happy
15 years
anniversary, given his wine cellar.
I said, how about our air conditioner, our electricity bill?
It's gonna
That's how
happen.
Think
passionate.
of all the memories that you create when writing the notes to his wine.
It's an investment.
Anyway, I always like to joke Jack around that we always wanna. I think we just wanna torture ourselves all the time by making all these scratch-made ingredients.
No, you want to treat all of the individuals who come in and taste this, that they know they are like getting the best of everything with authentic ingredients, that are just fresh and delicious. I'm ready for this tater tot, so this one is, I'm so intrigued. I made sure I got a little cheese on it.
You should try it with this one also.
Perfect bite. Perfect bite.
I didn't want to take the whole thing because
This is the Parma.
this is the Parma.
Yeah.
That's. It looks like it's fried
It's covered in rice paper,
and then deep fried, so
Right.
the cheese gets hot.
so you get that melted.
So we were talking earlier about perfect bite. This is the perfect bite. So, okay. This is definitely something that you can enjoy also with your drinks, right? So is this new as well?
It's fairly new. It's one
Came
of
out on a pop-up that we did outside. Then it's one of the popular dishes, so we brought it back.
It's so good. We have all the flavors.
Balance, right?
Very balanced. You can describe it while I'm chewing.
So it's a bit sweet, salty, and then you get a creaminess from the cheese that we use, and then a bit of kick of heat towards the end. So
That's what I was gonna say. It's like is it a honey or a maple syrup with the chili?
a bit, right? So
Right.
a bit of chili towards the end,
There's just a little chili and it's perfect.
but it's not hot.
Yeah. No, it's not.
No, it's not.
It's
It's not spicy.
It's not spicy. Actually, even my kids, I think, would enjoy this very much so. Yes, it's balanced. It's got all the flavors there. Is the top onion?
Yes, it's onions sliced very thin, and then blanched cold, so you get the fresh
So
onion
you get
taste,
the crunch and the
but not the
bite.
but not the heat of the spiciness of an onion.
So it's a sweet onion.
Yeah.
Yes. That's right.
Nice. I really want to try the bread. You guys aren't eating with me, but that's okay. So then that means when I make subo, you can tell us more about, I don't know, chef, how about some of the inspiration behind these dishes? Like, I can imagine if you guys have been friends since college, you probably travel together, go on foodie adventures, and figure out like, oh, we need to put this in the restaurant, or this is really good, or do you guys like snap a photo and be like, we need to make something like this? Is it like that?
Yeah.
How do you guys?
Actually, we've been, we did travel abroad already. That's where we got some of our inspirations. It's just so funny that every time we do go to a restaurant, Jack would always like dissect the
That's your
dishes.
job.
Oh, this got
And order a lot.
This.
You'll never go hungry when you
I
go
can
in.
taste like this and like
No,
that.
the first thing Jack will do is flip the plate, see what brand. That's the first
Oh my
thing.
God, that's chef's secret.
Yes,
So funny. So
Look at the
you'll
utensils.
So you
and
look at the flip.
utensils, of
Yeah,
course,
yeah.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
I think the chef in her
Yeah.
would normally analyze the little bit of details in every dish or in a plate. Like for me, I'd like appreciate the food and just
The bread is so buttery also. The butter is incredible.
This one is a brown butter version. This is the cultured butter
Yum.
that's aged.
Are there herbs in the brown butter version?
There's a bit of garlic and parsley. There's a garlic, parsley, and a brown butter. So
Delicious. I see something that like really makes me happy. That just came out. This is a different take. This is new also, right?
yes,
This one?
yes, it is. This
Okay, so
one's
you
new.
guys got to check this one out because it's beautiful. I wish I could reach across the table and help you view it, but if you can't, you guys can let me know and I will hold it up. Right, so good.
yeah, this one.
So this, what do we have, chef?
Because since this is a neighborhood-friendly place, we want to do a lasagna dish.
Right.
We wanted to do, like everybody wants the crusty corner of a lasagna where you have the crunchy
you
cheese.
fight over the corners and the little parts that like pop out on top.
And it's
don't
a
have
saucy,
sauce.
right. So this, you get that in every order that you have. So we sear the lasagna, so you get the crusty cheese, and it's filled with a popular dish that we have. It's beef burgundy, or the beef bourguignon that we shredded. And then we put it in with a bit of grilled eggplant. And then you have a tomato sauce in it. So.
Oh, my
There you go.
favorites. Eggplant, beef bourguignon, beef burgundy.
Right.
So beef burgundy is another name for beef bourguignon because it's
Yes.
made with a burgundy wine?
Yes.
Burgundy wine, it's braised for 8 hours, and then made into a beef stew.
We shred it.
Yeah,
Oh.
shredded.
That's from there we shred it and fill it into our lasagna.
But this looks very special. The pasta looks handmade as well.
Yes, we do make our own pasta as well. for the
Everything is
lasagna.
handmade.
Yeah.
Handmade pasta, homemade bread at 2 a.m. Cultured butter. Guys, you don't know what you're missing out. Corinthian Hills has it made here for brunch. And pairing, so wait, we paired the white with some of the
So
apps.
this one would go well with that one.
Okay, tell us about the wine.
This is red wine from Burgundy also. It's Santenay. It's a Premier Cru wine from Burgundy. So it actually has a bit of the gamey notes. It would actually pair well with this one. Exactly. With that one. It will go well also with the
With the lasagna.
With the lasagna. Yeah.
So I'll try this.
Wait.
And then there's a third one, so I should try it with this, right?
Yes. So the third one, maybe try it with that one. This is a bit.
Heavier.
This
Tama ba?
this
Is that the
was-
Yes.
Santenay? That's
Yes.
Santenay. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, sorry.
This was just
Yeah,
given
okay.
to me.
Right.
So that's with something else.
Yes. That's the
So
first
that's
one.
Pinot Noir. It's a very light wine, but it has a lot of layers after that.
I'll be coming here more often.
Okay.
Delish. I'd love to dig into that lasagna, but I'll wait because I think I might be a little bit voracious. You guys know I love Italian food, and this is like French Italian food there, lasagna in all of its form, the homemade pasta. Guys, remember, you can come down and try these if you're one of the 5 lucky winners. As always, if you want to come and check out Apéro Neo-bistro, you have to follow, you have to share. Leave in the comments what you would like to try. We want to hear from you. Tell your friends. Remember, hashtag sharing is caring. And then, of course, go ahead and download the Rappler Communities app. Leave us a chat there. If you want to send us screenshots of the dishes you want to try when you come down, go ahead and do that too. Sometimes they're creative. I love it when you guys get creative, and I love having these conversations on the Rappler Community app in the food and travel conversation. So guys, go ahead and tag me there, Mish Aventajado, M-I-S-H, not M-I-C-H, because then that would be Mitch.
Mitch.
Right, so I'm Mish. So you guys can go ahead and tag me. We have another dish that came out. This is a main, not as heavy as the lasagna, but a twist. This one I thought was really interesting, because usually fish and chips is like beer batter. This one has a twist.
So we mix in vodka for the batter to make it extra lighter and crispier and would stay crispy. And then for the sauce, we have a tartar sauce that's mixed with caviar. So
Leveling it up and like taking comfort. Who doesn't love fish and chips?
Yes.
And then you make this caviar tartar sauce that just blows your mind. And the fish is
halibut. It's halibut is what
so
we
it's
use.
nice and meaty. It's a good, it's a good whitefish. I enjoy halibut. So all right, I want to dig into all. I don't know how many more dishes. Do we have more dishes coming out?
I think we have.
We do. So you have. I also took a look at the menu. You also have like meaty dishes, like steak au poivre. You have
Right.
Fish dishes. I'm sure if there were dishes that you could make accommodations for, also for vegetarian. Do you have vegetarian dishes or dishes that don't have as much meat?
We do have, for pasta, we have green peas. The sauce base is green peas and has grilled zucchini in it.
Oh, that's
something-
lovely. I love zucchini.
We have some new dishes also that are meant for sharing. So we have a very big shank.
Beef shank.
That we have. It's meant for sharing. So the new menu also has a lot of sharing dishes this time around.
But even if you say like these other dishes, I'm looking at these dishes, they're actually all meant for sharing. They're very
Right.
generous in the
Sorry.
portions.
Right.
Like I wouldn't be able to finish both slices of that lasagna and certainly not all of that fish. So I think all of the dishes are kind of generous in
Yeah,
servings.
you can actually, when we made the menu, we wanted people to order some main dish and some like the small plates, and then share everything. That's really what we wanted people to do.
Which is not very French.
It's not. It's not.
It's not about
It's the Filipino way,
It's
right?
a Filipino way.
Yes.
It's a neighborhood. It's a neighborhood kind of way
Yes,
that
yes.
even if it's just like a small plate, we still want to share it.
Yeah.
It's very Filipino.
That's how we eat, and it's a nice
So you get
way
to
to
try.
eat. Yeah.
So, Chef, when you're, hanging out, and of course, obviously with these guys, because you guys have known each other, are you like, you just want to take a little bite of everything?
Yes, you kind of want to order everything and then try.
That's why you said you order a lot.
Yes.
Oh, we should see Jack order
Yeah, you
when
should
we
eat
travel.
that. Yeah, every time we travel.
You won't go hungry.
Like if there's 15 flavors of the ice cream, she would order 15 flavors of the ice cream.
Just
And then, of
try
course,
them
to
all.
finish
Yeah.
everything, just take one bite lang. One
Because she
subo.
wants to try it, and then she's going to say, oh, if I'm going to make it, I'll change this.
Yes. Or you already know the combinations in your
That you
head,
want.
or the texture that you wanted. You want to achieve, so yeah.
I love that. I love that. So that's like, you guys are foodie friends, fearless foodie friends for so long, since uni. I think that's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. It wasn't called foodie yet at the time when we were friends.
What was it called back then?
So I remember nobody knew what foodie was at the
Yeah.
time. So that was a relatively new term that
Yeah.
people started using. I don't know, you just like food, right?
Yeah.
So that was, at the time, foodie was not used that much yet.
So a lot of times here on the show, I'll tell everybody there's two types of people. There's cookers and there's eaters.
Okay.
And if you're lucky, you know, you're friends with someone who's a cooker.
Right.
If you can't
All right.
cook, right? So I think that's awesome. Foodies, you know, my kids also had this, we had this discussion during lockdown, because of course everybody was experimenting. And I want to ask you guys about that. How was lockdown, right? I'm sure that was difficult, but we were making ice cream, and my daughter comes over and she's like, "Mom, we still have some blue cheese. We still have some blue cheese. Do you want to try making blue cheese ice cream?" I'm like, "Sure, let's try it. How do we do it?" Like, I couldn't even imagine how we're going to try doing it. And then my son turns and he goes, "Mom, does it mean we're foodies if we're like trying to make blue cheese ice cream?" I'm like, "I don't know, but..."
Of course you are.
We'll try.
Nobody would think of that, right? So I guess.
So, can only imagine. Tell us what's on the table, chef.
So what we have here is it's another version of a corned beef. We use a short rib. We use a local beef for this. So we cure this as well.
Of course you cure it.
Then it comes with pan-roasted onions and garlic and béarnaise sauce.
Yes, and so that definitely needs a perfect bite.
Yes.
A little bit of garlic, a little bit of the roasted
You get the umami
onions.
from the onions and sweet.
The roasted flavor. So, guys, how was, I mean, the pandemic was difficult for everybody. You know, what got you guys through? How did you adjust? You're obviously still here years and years later. You know, what would you say was, you know, for you guys coming together and making sure that you can see it through? A lot of restaurants didn't make it, so it says something that you guys did.
Yeah, I think for us, for the restaurants, it was the regulars who really helped us. So we did a lot of takeouts at the time. So we were able to operate daily. So it's like the operations did not stop. And it was really the regulars who helped us out. They were ordering a lot of food actually during the pandemic. So
because they got tired of their own cooking.
That's right.
We were all cooking, and as soon as we could, we were ordering in.
Yeah.
So we're quite grateful for the support that we got during the pandemic.
Thank you, Lord, for that. So I'm going to bring the lasagna closer to me because I know we're coming nearer. And then we have that. I do want to dig into these other dishes, but I know that I might not come up for air. So, but you did say this one is supposed to go with one of the other dishes that were coming out. Is this supposed to go with?
Oh, you can try the last wine with probably this one or the lasagna. It's a bit fruitier, I would say, compared to the other wine.
Okay. So everything from brunch to, you know, these heartier, comforting dishes,
Right.
Both meaty and seafood. What are some of the other seafood options that you have? I'm going to cut this up. You read my mind because I was looking like, where is this?
We do have also salmon. We also have other chicken dishes.
Okay.
Sorry.
Mussels.
The mussels. We serve the mussels as well. It comes in a big bowl, so it's something you can share in while drinking wine over conversation.
Mules and frites?
With
It
a
was,
twist.
yeah, but we serve it with a sourdough bread. So you soak that bread with a there's chorizo, white wine.
Actually, that one is also good.
It's one of
It's
the
a meal in
favorites,
itself, actually. Yeah, it's
That's
my
nice,
favorite.
I think, when
Yeah.
drinking. Too.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because then
Yes,
you're
it
just
is.
like chatting
Yeah.
and enjoying the mussels.
And you use the bread to wipe out the sauce off your plate.
Yeah, always. And the sourdough here is incredible. You were saying how the sourdough started with your first restaurant concept.
Oh, yeah. When in DNB.
DNB.
So that's where we introduced sourdough as a base for dough for pizza. So at that time, it's not popular to offer, sourdough pizza.
Right.
And then we
Or
well,
for
Jack
sourdough
said
bread,
that
you
we-
mean.
Sourdough bread,
sourdough
country-style
bread.
bread, yeah.
It was just like starting.
It was
starting
quite
out.
new at the time. Yeah.
And then we
You
get
had that
guests.
in 2014.
Yes, we started with that.
And the R&D of sourdough took a while. A lot of iterations happened. And I remembered, maybe Jack can correct me also if if it's true. We had this industrial mixer
Yeah.
to do the sourdough to make it quicker.
Yeah.
But we realized that if you do it by hand,
The taste is different.
the formation of the bubbles and the taste is quite different. So they went back to doing it by hand. So all the sourdough here is really just done by hand to get the right
gluten,
the right
the gluten
formation.
formation. So.
So you guys
Get
really
that.
are foodies. I'm thinking about that and just knowing how much I love sourdough. Thank you for hand rolling that.
It took a while because the temperature is different. So you have to play with that as well and how long the fermentation would be. So now we're doing around 3-day process for the sourdoughs that we serve from the start of the levain.
That's pretty amazing because then if you realize, guys, there's so much science that goes into creating a well-balanced dish, a well-formed, crusted with the bubbles, with
Right.
I don't know the proper terminology.
The crumb, the opening,
Right? So,
the crust.
I mean, all of that is like preparation before you guys get it home, slice it up, toast it, and put some butter on it. There is so much science that goes on beforehand.
right.
So maybe that's where the computer science came in.
That's what we want to say to make it sound nicer, right?
It constantly
This may sound
changes. So.
Yeah. But the philosophy is, as long as you can taste the difference, it's worth doing. So you just have to do it. Yeah.
Of course. And I think, I mean, just, harking back to what you said about your regulars coming back and making sure that they had all, we're just moving everything, that they had all, the dishes that they were craving or that they wanted to have back, during that very trying time for everybody. It just goes to show you how much everybody appreciates it.
Yeah. And if you notice our dishes, they're not like quite common. So they're not the ingredients are not commonly found at home, or they're not commonly you cannot
Put
just
together.
like cook it up yourself.
Right.
So that's what we want to offer at least our guests. Like if you made an effort to like go out of your house and dine out, you might as well eat a food that you can really cook at home.
Yeah,
Something
but the
that's
food
supposed to be
itself is something
special.
approachable. It's at the end of the day, it's corned beef, it's fish and chips, it's
right.
lasagna. So I guess that's what the whole Neo-bistro is about. It's a bistro food. It's something approachable, easy to understand, but the time and effort put into it is something that is quite hard to do at home. But at the same time, it gives you that extra edge that would hopefully keep you coming back. Right? That's a concept.
Absolutely. You summed it up in a nutshell. These are all very familiar dishes.
Right.
Comforting in many ways. But when will you have caviar tartar sauce at home in the fridge? And, even just stewing the beef, the
boeuf
bourguignon
right.
for
8 hours.
8 hours. Guys, I didn't get a chance to tell you about how light and yet filling at the same time. It was comforting. The meat is just super soft, and you could tell falls right off the bone. It's short ribs as well,
Yes.
if I remember correctly,
Yes.
which is a beautiful cut. And the handmade pasta, you can tell the difference between a handmade pasta, obviously, and a store-bought. I love both equally, but truth be told, I'm lazy, and I will use the store-bought. My son, on the other hand, tends to make handmade
Fresh pasta?
fresh pasta. If he has a new girl, he's trying to impress. So right now, we're not having any handmade pasta recently, so
There's no
girl. So. But you can tell, because if I see him rolling out his own pasta, I'm like, who is she?
Something's gonna happen.
But do you get to try it
Not always.
if there's an excess?
If there's excess only. So that's the beauty also. My kids are bigger. I have a 25, a 22, an 18, and then Jelly, who's 12. So 12 going on 40. Okay, we had more wine. Now, I have to admit that when he took away my Apéro, I was a little sad.
Okay.
Why'd you take away my Apéro? And then, now I'm looking at all this wine, I'm like, oh, that's why he took away my Apéro. Because we have wine with every course that has come out. Bryan, do you want to tell us about the next wine?
So this one is meant for dessert. So
Okay.
we're now moving towards dessert. This is Sauterne. So it's a white wine, but the way it's made sweet, there's a process called noble rot. So they actually rot the wine on the stem. It's a region from France in Sauternes, so it happens naturally.
Okay.
They did not force it to
Yeah.
to rot out. So because of the rot, the water would be less,
Evaporate.
right? So the sugar content will become higher. And then you'll actually taste that in the wine. It has a lot of complexities and a lot of layers in the wine. You'll taste some apricots, taste all these like dried fruit stuff happening in the wine. And the finish is quite long. It will go well with the next dish that we're going to have, the baba
And
rum.
that next dish,
It's baba rum.
yeah, so how many of you guys like baba rum? I want to hear it. I want to read in the comments because baba rum growing up for me was usually like what the oldies ate because it has rum. And like as a kid, I did not like liquor in my desserts, right? I would even ask for like tiramisu not to have, right?
The alcohol in it.
Yeah, but I love this baba rum, and this is a twist. Tell us about what is different with this baba rum.
So it started out as a typical baba rum. So you soak it in a syrup with rum as well, and we use vanilla beans. But the cream, we added a bit of fermented patis to have that a bit salty finish that would make you crave for more. So it doesn't just the sweetness.
Has
that
a
you
savory
have.
note. So
Savory.
savory with sweet always goes
It
very
goes
well. Yes,
That's
goes well.
why.
It's
called
nice
the
also if you
sweet
don't know, right? So it gives you that, you know.
sauce. Do people taste it if they don't know?
I think it tastes a bit of the saltiness
Yeah.
towards the end. So you get that flavor balance in profile.
I'm ready to dig into that. I do want to try this.
The Sauternes.
Yeah. Cheers. This has
Cheers.
been such a fun episode. We're not
Cheers.
done yet, guys. Oh, wow.
It has
That's
more body.
delicious. It's much, so this is French.
Yes, it's from
Yeah.
Sauternes.
The dessert wines I'm used to having are the Italian ones that
Right.
my mom would bring out. My mom actually used to work. I'm telling you so much about myself. I must be asking you more about yourself. But my mom used to work for the Italian government, bringing in Italian wines to the U.S.
Oh, okay.
So she knew a lot about Italian wines. So we have, it does have a lot more body than some of the others, and it's not
Right.
overly sweet.
It's not. It's very well balanced.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it has the acidity to cut the
The
sweetness.
sweetness
It
of it.
does. It does have just enough, and it didn't, because some of the other ones that I've had, I'm like, ooh, that's too sweet.
Right.
I can't
And
drink
it does have a little bit of age. It's 2003, so it's about 11 years old. So it has mellowed down a bit also.
11 years old.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. That's fantastic. This is something that was served just for me. Does that mean it's just for me? It's here. I'm going to show you guys because it's so cute. Do you want to tell us about it?
It's a boozy ice cream.
Ah!
It's a candied
We don't have
apple.
enough booze on the table.
Keeping with the theme, right? We're keeping with the theme.
It's a candied apple with calvados, which is an apple liquor. So take small bites. You get that sweet taste, caramel,
Is this
and apple
normally
shells.
on the menu also, or
Yes.
is this special?
Yes, it is. Yes,
it
it
is.
is.
It's okay. So I'm special, but not that special, guys.
So it can be nightcap.
Yeah. Yeah, it can be. I taste the apple. I don't actually taste the like overpowering liquor, which I don't really like. Right. Very good.
But you feel
Light.
the
I like the texture as well because there's a little bite of something. Would that be apples?
Yes.
The apples.
caramelized apple.
Yeah. Delicious. Chef, Bryan, Kathleen, if someone wanted to come in and enjoy a dinner like this and say, you know, I want to have a nice bottle of wine or I want to impress the girl that I'm bringing, can you pair something for them and, you know, put
Help
together
them.
something
I mean-
like a wine pairing menu, or if they wanted to, you know, do something even more special than
Yeah.
that, you know, maybe
Yes.
have a party and do something here in the restaurant for private.
Yeah,
Yes.
We can.
I think
we
just the
can and
other
we
day,
do.
there's somebody who asked us to
Yes.
do like a special menu for them with wine pairing and all that. So Chef Jack can accommodate.
You can do that as many courses as you want, depending on the preference of the person. And then if you come here, if you want, I think our house wines are very friendly as well. It's easy to drink. It's not as, it can easily be paired also with any of the dishes that we have. So,
Any of the comforting dishes that you have, really delicious.
Also, they were made with wine pairing in mind. Yes. I think it shows.
So if you,
It does show.
yeah, so
It does show.
if you look at our wine list, it's 50 wines to try. So we chose 50 bottles for you to pair with your wine, with the food. So it's not a very long list, but it's actually curated well enough that it actually works well with a lot of the dishes
With
here.
any of the dishes.
Yeah.
And you also have a full cocktail menu as well, like a full bar. If
Yes.
someone wanted to
Yes.
come in and have a saucy cocktail if they were
Yeah,
a little younger.
so all the
right?
cocktails are available. We also serve some digestif. We have brandies and all those things that you kind of want to end the dinner with. So
What do the French end with the digestif? Because the Italians end with sambuca.
okay, so you can go with a good maybe cognac or brandy, or maybe a nice calvados would also be quite
Which
good.
is used here.
yes.
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 So we ended with
Yes, yes.
There you go. All right. So before we go, we usually do like a quick, just a quick set of questions so that the viewers can get to know you guys a little bit more. We want to make it fun, and you can just say the top, what comes off the top of your head. So who shaped your relationship with food?
I would say mom as
Yeah,
well.
home cooking. Yes,
That's
Home
right.
cooking.
yes.
Favorite food as a kid?
Sweets, maybe? Sugar? Desserts?
Still your favorite?
Not really, no.
For me, it's eggs.
Eggs?
I love eggs.
Still love eggs?
Yeah, I love
I
eggs.
love eggs too. I wish
Yeah.
eggs loved me.
Yeah.
Favorite cuisine as an adult?
Indian.
Wow, I
City,
totally expected either Chinese or French.
Yeah.
But Indian. Where do you go for good Indian food?
There's this one in BBC.
Oh, I've heard of it. Okay. What's your favorite dish to prepare?
To prepare.
Well,
Actually,
you're-
a lot.
While you're thinking, what's your favorite dish to prepare?
Maybe something smoked
Smoke, yeah.
meat.
Smoke.
Yeah.
So you smoke. You guys smoke at home?
Yeah, at home. Yeah, we do.
Okay. Who's your favorite food guru?
Keller, Thomas Keller.
Okay. I like his master classes, right? Favorite hobby when not in the resto?
Oh, wine. Easy.
Drinking, nothing is drinking.
Music in the kitchen, yes or no?
Yes.
No.
Dine in, take out.
Dine in, definitely.
Two foods that go together but don't go together.
Maybe this wine, sauterne and oysters.
You were mentioning that earlier.
Oysters.
Yeah, fresh
Any
oysters.
kitchen or dining accessory that you collect?
Maybe measuring spoons, measuring cups,
Knives.
different shapes.
Knives.
Yeah, knives.
You're on the sofa watching a movie. What's on your snack board?
Chips.
Chips and soda.
Chips.
And soda.
Okay, these are really fast. Savory or sweet?
Used to be savory, now sweet.
Used to be sweet, now savory.
Same. Before sweet, now savory.
Savory. Pour over or espresso?
Pour over.
Or over.
Pour over.
Unanimous. Red or white?
Oh, I can't answer.
I mean,
Can't,
you
no.
probably have a whole list
Yeah,
of like
I can't.
all of them.
I can't, so.
Big breakfast or Dutch babies?
Dutch babies.
Jack's Dutch babies.
Mimosa or Aperol?
I'll go for Aperol.
Same.
Dark chocolate banana, what we had earlier, or honey lavender mascarpone?
Honey lavender mascarpone.
Yeah, same.
Honey lavender.
I like them both. So good. Crispy Parma cheese puff and glazed tots, or duck fat fries with spicy aioli?
Cheese puffs.
Cheese
Cheese
puffs.
puffs.
I like fries.
I like both. Duck confit or smoked duck breast?
Oh, confit. The confit.
The confit for me.
I like the breast. I like the duck
I
breast.
like the breast. The last one, tapa or tocino?
Oh, I'm a tocino guy.
Wow.
Same, tocino.
Yeah.
What?
Me too, tocino.
Oh my God!
Tocino rin pala. Yeah.
This is the
I'm a
first
tocino
time
guy.
that everybody on the show
Tocino?
Tocino, because
Tocino for sure.
You just
Always
messed up the
tocino.
algorithm.
Okay.
Because everybody usually chooses tapa. Of course, guys, if you want to come down and try the Apéro Neo-bistro, you can come over to Corinthian Hills. Follow them on Instagram and Facebook, apero.ph. It's cozy, it's comfy, it's comforting, it's elevated but not pretentious. You guys can come and enjoy it. As always, we also want you to download the Rappler Community app so we can have a conversation about food. Maybe you want to share a recipe. Maybe you've been here before and you need to tell me to try something new. Go ahead and join the food and travel conversation and tag me so that we can chat about everything Apéro. As always, guys, we're going to dig in now. We're going to shut off that camera. I hope, as always, you are, of course, keeping safe, keeping and sharing all of those fun foodie adventures, and, of course, keep cooking, too, because we want to see what you're making there. All right, guys, we'll see you later. See you next week.